Hello, everyone. Jane here from Your Weight Loss. And today we're talking about getting rid of. Hi, Leash.
Hi.
What's up?
What are we getting rid of?
All of the things. It's just that's been a common, I guess, a common question at Your Weight Loss for us, like on social media. People saying, "How do I get rid of this mindset? How do I get rid of this thought? How do I get rid of the fear? How do I get rid of?"
How do I get rid of this bad habit?
Right. How do I get rid of this weight?
How do I get rid of this stubborn belly fat?
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
when people want to get rid of something and when they say it in that terms, like, of course, we're people that really micro pinpoint annoying things. So when people talk to us, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to be extra annoying right now because of the language you used, So that for me is a kind of a trigger when I hear someone say getting rid of something, because they're looking again for that quick fix, like, how can I get rid of this fear? Ben lo, like you will have to, like, you're gonna have to work on it, and you might never get rid of. You'll just have strategies for when the fear occurs, maybe again in 5 years or whatever. You'll have strategies to get over that. So that's kind of where we're going with this.
It's really one of those moments where it's something in your life where you want to just like you want it to completely just magically poof and go away.
Yeah, like my children sometimes.
I mean, as I can hear my children playing in the background because it's a PD day and they're home, I'm feeling that same way. But I'm thinking of I would not want this to happen to like a person in your life. Maybe it's like, I don't know. I don't want to give any example.
Who are you thinking of examples?
Maybe it's like your sibling's ex-husband or something.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
You know what I mean?
Who cheated on her?
Yeah, and it's like not nice or
Okay,
something.
okay.
Maybe there's something you just kind of want it to just go away. You
Right.
don't want to deal with it anymore. You're almost like tired, When
Right.
I think when people ask us this, maybe it's nighttime eating. Maybe it's
Oh my
they're
God,
like,
the best one, pandemic. How do we get rid of the pandemic?
yeah, how do we get rid of the pandemic?
Can anyone please comment? And again, it's like I'm tired of talking about it.
Mhm.
I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired that it's a thing.
I think people ask us this question when they get to the point where they're tired of giving energy, effort, and time to this problem in their life.
Oh, yes, that's very well defined by yes, because and I see it, I'm like, you can get rid of and there are things that you can get rid of, right? Like you can throw things out, but we're talking about the things that aren't getting rid of a bull. Oh wow. Like you can't get rid of a habit. I'm sorry, you can only work on it. It might come back. There are times in your life where you're better with it than others. You can't get rid of a fear, but you can work on it and be better at it. But getting completely rid of those types of things, even getting rid of weight, you can't get rid of weight. Weight can always come back. Fear can always come back. Habits can always come back.
Absolutely. And when you told me that this was going to be the topic, the very first thing that I wrote down was never gone.
Never gone.
It's never gone. Like we can teach you how to manage these things, how to be successful, but you need to be aware that anything in your life that is significant enough for you to seek out help in getting rid of will always have to be a part of your life. And I'm not saying you won't be able to get rid of the weight, but you will always need to put effort and energy into managing your weight. You will.
Oh, absolutely. And someone that has never had to lose weight still has to put in effort and transparency and accountability. Like it's going to have to happen at one point where they're going to have to manage their life to not gain weight. Like just as the person that lost weight and is now kind of like, oh, I'm here and I'm now maintaining. And that's why when someone, oh man, that's another topic. We like get ideas as we're talking. But for me, the most annoying comment, again, triggers, right? The language when someone says like, oh, I've lost weight, but it's a life battle. And I'm like, oh my God, like it's it's your life. It's not a life battle. Like your life is a battle at the end of the day. Like every day you have to make choices. Every day you're on a path somewhere, right?
So true.
On in terms in your marriage, your kids growing up, your career, everything is kind of just like moving forward, and you and your body and your health is also doing the same thing. And so I truly believe that me and Jeff, whether he has never had to lose weight to be where he's at right now, and I had to lose 70 pounds to be where I'm at today, I think both of us are on the same journey. Both of us are on the journey of every day our choices matter, and we want to be healthy in 10 years, 20, 50, whatever. And we both need to figure that out our way. And what it looks like is different. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely. Because we're not the same person inside and we don't have the same habits and lifestyle and whatever. But it's not like I'm on a life battle and he's not. Nope. We're both like, he still needs to put an effort to not gain 20 pounds this year. Does that make sense? Like he still needed to have a certain way of thinking and living in order to not gain 20 pounds.
Absolutely. And it just might take up less space in his brain, but there is certainly still effort and energy. And I was thinking, I kind of wanted to give the people hope. And I'm thinking of myself 5-ish years into this journey. And every single day I still wake up and be the best version of myself. But now I get to do it in a body that I feel comfortable in.
Absolutely.
So that's like the reward. That's the carrot. That's the like, yes, I have to focus on this and I will always need to focus on this to remain healthy and accountable. However, and happy.
Yes.
However, now I get to do it in a skin I'm comfortable in.
Absolutely.
So,
and yeah,
as much as, yes, I'm going to have to work at this, my relationship with food, my body, it will be a lifelong thing for sure. But now I get to do it looking like this.
Yes, exactly. Just like the people that have never had to lose the weight, like they have to also continue, and they get to make the choices they're making in the skin they're in, and maybe they really like the skin they're in, so they will not want to gain 20 pounds, right? There's that piece that we don't often talk about. You were saying something and I was thinking about things. Okay, keep going. It's just so important for people to realize that no one's entitled to where they are today. So as in like what you are today or how you look today is not how you're like, oh, because I got here, now this is it, this is what I want to say. That time and experience, that is what cuts the noise, not getting the success. So for example, you just lost the weight. This is the moment you're taking that picture. There's a parade. You've lost your 50 pounds. Like this is it, right? Well, you still have tons of noise in that moment, more noise and more still like, it's a lifelong battle, still working on my thoughts, my habits and whatever. Then 5 years later, keeping that weight off, you have way less noise, way less confusion, way less fear, way less doubt, way more confidence, whatever. So it's not, you have the same success. You've lost 50 pounds. Like the success that people often put out there is like, for me, that's two different types of success, but not everyone feels the same as me. I truly believe that losing 50 pounds is a different type of success than losing 50 pounds and keeping it off for 5, 10, 20 years. Like that's a different type of success.
I think that everyone would agree with you, but I think sometimes people don't take enough time to consider that and are not aware enough to realize that actually needs to be the goal, not just.
And so when people say like, oh man, how do I get the same mindset as you? I'm like, time. Like, it's not like, oh, you have to lose 72.6 pounds to get this mindset. Like, it's time, experience, living. I've been saying that a lot lately. Like I'm living my life. Like, so, this past year has been, it seems like with the pandemic, we're like, are we here still? Like we're still talking about it. How exhausting is that, right?
Yeah.
But guys, we have lived a full year with it. We feel less confused about it.
True.
We feel different about it. We feel more in tune with it. We are living with it.
Certain things have become our norm.
Absolutely. So we have strategies whenever we feel overwhelmed. We expect the data every day. We don't know what to expect. We understand that we might get news that we don't like, but we know how to deal with it
You're
now.
right.
The only thing that has brought us to this moment of us having less noise about the pandemic is the fact that it's been a freaking year.
This is a very solid example.
Okay, thank you. Because
Because
think of the noise we had in March last year and April last year. The noise, Alicia.
I'm also thinking of my reactions to
Yes.
news and us changing, colors and just the emotions behind it. And now I'm just like emotionless.
Same. And I'm living with it. And I was talking to one of our good friends this morning about just like life and whatever. I like to reflect and talk. And I said, and let's not forget, like it's like we're pointing out reasons why I'm feeling meh. That's what I was doing. I was like, period's coming. Weather's been shitty. Like, oh my God, like wind, rain, like let's have some sunlight in my face a little bit.
Yes.
So I'm like talking about all of that, okay? And it's like we just like forget that we're not pointing out that we're still in a pandemic. So like my last audio message to her was like, "Oh, and let's not forget the fact that we're in a pandemic still and that like we're talking about people like vaccines and when's my turn and what it'll look like after and like that's still like we're like not putting that's still heavy. It's less heavy than last year. Absolutely. But why is it less heavy? Not because it's as less scary or less annoying. It's actually more annoying. Last year, this time, we weren't even like forced to wear a mask or only having 15 people. Like we had it made last year. Well, not this time of year. We were actually locked down. But think of last summer. There were no like limitations, just social distancing. That's
And
what we
friends,
did.
and you could hang out with friends and family.
Friends and family and social distancing. Of course, I'm a mask advocate. I'm not saying anything against masks. I'm just saying last year we didn't have to wear a mask
No,
in
we
public
didn't.
areas.
We didn't.
We didn't last summer. So and our noise was heavier last year than it is this year. And the rules are actually stricter. And but we have less noise. Why? Time. Experience.
Time.
Living it.
Going through the cycles of emotions of hearing the experience of it and then realizing that okay, you're gonna make it, and then you keep going
and getting excitement, then it taking it like they took it away. They like closed our bubble, so they're taking that away from us. We were excited about that news. It felt more normal, so but like they said the bubble's closed. I'm like figured, like that's it. That's all the emotions I had, right? I was like, okay, well, we'll push plans to later, like because we're used to that now. And that's why when people ask like, how long have you been doing this? I'm like, like 20 years. Like, how do I manage my emotions so well? And why is my reflecting so deep? Is because of the years of doing it, and I also like have like I think a special skill. Yeah. But I've also put so much, it's been such a priority in my life. Like I am a person that reflects a lot. It's a part of like what I prioritize for sure.
I was thinking the other day about how when you were like just leaving my house and we had talked and there was still more talking, and then you were like, look at jail. Like you were just like really thinking of the concept of jail. Like you were like really deep. Like there's people that like we need to like make rules so they don't like, oh man, just so much thinking and reflecting and
so much. Thank God I married someone, and not that I'm saying that some people aren't, I guess, quote unquote, intelligent, but think about the fact that I married someone that is very smart and deep as well, and like reads a lot. So he can be like, shut up with your metaphors, or can be like, yes, Jose, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And actually listens to me and like gives me my moment and is like, whereas I could be with someone else that would not, like, I need someone to just like listen to my words. Like listen to the thought process, and it's all over the place. You know how many times, oh my God, Jeff hates me. How many times Jeff says, what are you even saying? Like, I just like start and I'm like talking about anything. And he's like, I don't even know what we're talking about. What are you talking about right now? And he gets so mad. He's like, you're like Kamala. My dad that does that all the time. My mom does that all the time.
I mean, right now you're doing that. What are we even talking about right now? What are we talking about?
I don't even know.
Okay,
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna bring it back in, but I love it. And Jeff, not only is Jeff intelligent, he educates himself about what is going on in the world, so he can really let you know what is actually happening and why it might be happening.
My brains and my metaphor are so behind Jeff's research. You get what
Okay.
I mean? He's like, yes, way ahead of you here. You know?
I can imagine if you and Neil we talk about all the time how funny it would be if you and Neil were together. I can't even imagine the conversations that you two would have.
Oh my gosh. And look and I feel like we wouldn't be at the same place in our lives. Like he needs you, you need him to like the people you surround yourself really opens up to different ways of thinking and
Yeah,
whatever. And I think that's exactly what we did with our partners.
it's so true. I did
Okay.
admit to
What's
him.
this podcast again
Hey,
about?
wait, I want to say one more thing and then
Okay.
I actually have something to get back to, which is the podcast. But Jose
Okay.
told me yesterday, guys, I'm going to share this with you, okay? So I told Neil that I was really glad that we were married. Like I just had a moment like I'm glad I'm not single. Like I really want to stay married. And Jose says, I really like Neil and I want you to know that if you get a divorce, it's going to be hard for me to pick. Team Neil. I'm like,
Oh my
what?
God. It's because Alicia was like, really, I'm really feeling good in my marriage right now. And I was like, whew, phew, I need you to be happy in your marriage because I cannot choose between you and Neil right now. Because I really like Neil. I really like him. And I need you to like him too, Lee.
I really thought it would be an easy choice, but apparently not.
I mean, I said that I would obviously choose you in this part of my life, my like
For
year by weight
work.
loss. I better, yes. But like for just like weekend fun, I mean, I might choose him if I were to ever host a party. He
Oh,
would like do a really good Instagram, like he's really good
it's
for
true. If
yeah,
you want to have fun at your party and you want it to be posted on social media looking like the funnest time ever, you invite Neil Hawking.
exactly. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Done. Okay, so I can
Um,
have both of you in my life, but that's not gonna happen.
no, we're good. Okay, so we were talking about getting rid of things.
Right.
And I was thinking about getting rid of Neil. No, just kidding. Getting rid of a habit. Okay.
Okay.
And how we were talking about how it's never really gone and you're not entitled to it. And I was thinking of like specific habits that people really struggle with. So like really indulgent weekends, nighttime eating, taking bites of their kids, extra food, standing in the pantry doing shots of chocolate chips, all those kind of bigger habits that so many of our members struggle with. And I want to remind you guys that when you do get those under control, sometimes there can be one little spark of your habit, of your routine that changes, that all of a sudden you blink and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah, you're like, I am back here. I
How
am
did
back
that
here.
happen?
Yeah, how did that happen? Yeah.
So the reason why I'm bringing that up is it's just a reminder that you will have these bigger, deep rooted habits. You will always need to have a level of focus on those.
Yeah. And if you're wondering, okay, so what do I do if that happens to me? Tracking your habits. And I truly believe that okay. Oh, this is a good example again. So you can say that about habits, what just happened, but you can say that about 20 pounds gain.
Yes.
What just happened?
So true.
How am I here?
Yeah.
And I do believe that sentence of saying, how did that happen? How am I back here? Using that sentence usually just happens when the person was not taking the time to track their life, be accountable, reflecting on the daily, legit daily.
Being self-aware, being
Yes.
connected to who they want to be. I mean,
Staying connected.
people say like we have members that stay with us for years, like years, long after they've lost the weight that they wanted to lose and are maintaining it. And they say they have people in their lives that say, "Why are you still going there? Why are you still doing it?" And they say because that's why. You have to stay connected to who you want to be forever.
Right. And we provide that environment and that culture. And also we're super fun.
I mean,
I feel like we have this epic program that I'm just plugging it in here
I can't
in
wait.
our podcast, but this is very much sponsored by us. but I truly believe that we keep it fun, interesting, fresh, relatable, because we are there.
Yeah.
We are there every single day, legit sharing our thoughts that day.
Yeah.
So it's not like this, the program, quote unquote, of your weight loss is not this side thing out of Jose and Alicia. It's us
Yeah.
sharing how we are keeping that weight off, sharing our thoughts. And with that, and also having obviously weekly topics that are fun and relatable, we're also fun to listen to. So it's not like, oh, apparently they have something good to say, but these girls are boring as heck. Like it's like, okay, it's actually interesting to listen to. I'm learning so much about myself. Like that's what our members are getting out of the thing, is learning. So I'm even thinking of Nadia, who has been a member for over 5 years, lost 160 pounds. Like think about that, 160 pounds. Sometimes we forget how insane that is.
She's lost more than she weighs, guys.
Yes. Yeah. She started at 296 and she weighs 141. So that's kind of crazy. So she's like 155, 56 pounds, which is insane. Okay. So there's that piece. But also she writes almost, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but she writes under lives or under, weekly meetings or whatever. And she's part of teams. So she has a mindset that is like gold. Like she has a really strong mindset, right? So you'd think she's cured. She's she's got this, and she keeps writing she watches our lives still. She enjoys them. She still, watches the weekly meetings. She still is very much connected to the group, and she writes all the time. 5 years in, still freaking learning every day. Like she still learns something every day. Like that's what your weight loss is valuable to her. And I think that is exactly what it's valuable to everyone losing the weight, but keeping it off as well, is to keep learning and growing with your own self, really.
And staying connected. Like it's staying connected to who you want to be. And maybe you guys listen to this episode and you're like, well, great. I have to do this forever. But I do want to say, remember that think of Nadia. Yes, she has to stay connected to this forever, but now she's in a different body. And if you see any of her photos, you can see how she feels in that photo.
And guys, 5 years in, there is way less noise in Nadia's head that there was the first day she walked into Yerba Weight Loss at 296 pounds. She is not the same person inside.
And that's what I was going to say as well, is that part 2 is that it does get easier. Yes, you need to stay connected to it, but it gets easier mentally, physically. It takes up less noise. There's less drama. But that takes time. That is very gradual time that you get to a place where you can live this life with not as much effort and energy. So if you're just starting and it does feel really overwhelming, it does feel really hard, it does feel like it's taking up so much space, give it time.
Give it time. And also listen to why you're feeling like what kind of noise is there? Is there any way that you can calm it down yourself? And the reason why I'm saying that, Leash, is because sometimes so in order for it to get better, in order for you in 5 years to have less noise, you need to work on the noise as you are working on your physical appearance and losing the weight. That's physical. That's a physical transformation. There needs to be 2 transformations while you're losing this weight. There's the physical one, but there's the changing the way you think one. And that's the one that's missing in most plans and programs, is that the programs are designed to change you physically. Our program is designed to change you mentally.
Oh, that was really good.
Wow. Should I write it there?
Write that down. We need to take a clip of that audio.
And yes, absolutely. And I think that should also be like a meme thing, Leash. I think, it is very much designed to change you mentally. So that at the end of the day, when you change your mental, if you change who you are inside, physically you will change as well. That's just, it'll go with it, guys. I promise.
Yeah.
All right. That was good.
That was so good. Let's end with that.
Okay, everyone. So tell your friends, like us, subscribe, follow, all of the things you need to do right now. Come see us on Instagram. I'm sure we're there. Super fun. So Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook is under Your Way Weight Loss. And come join us on yourwayrsupport.com. That's how you join our program. And that's how you start changing the mental aspect of your life. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.